Okay, here we are in part 2. I ran out of time. Hopefully part 1 saved. Anyway, so here we are with part 2. If y'all missed part 1, and I will upload them and save them all. And let me just show you what we did in part 1. Here is the first mask we did. And now we're working on, this one's a half mask. You can kind of see there. So we're working on finishing up this one. Okay. All right, so now what I want to do is, I think right in here, I want to put like a, like almost like a sunset kind of thing right in there. Make this clouds and a sunset, and then maybe some kind of something coming down here. So let me just kind of put in a little color that I'll go over with some clouds. Let me just get it kind of based in there, and then maybe a little bit of glow, more glow coming out of there. And it's going to come down to here, and then I'll blend this out a little bit. I got so much crusty bits on my hands. Okay, let me put in a test in my chat. I might have lost chat too. Okay. Do I need to refresh my chat? Can somebody type something in the chat for me real quick? Otherwise, I might have lost my chat. Let me just restore it and pop it back out. Okay. I just, oh my, I mean, I must have lost a lot of scrolling here. Let me re-pop this out. I lost a lot of chat on the end of part 1. I see a lot of comments I missed. So let me see here. Okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I did lose, thanks guys. My chat for I don't know how long didn't scroll. So for probably a few minutes anyway, I didn't see what y'all said. So I didn't even see stacks come in. I see her now. Okay, and let's see what else. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Okay, I missed quite a bit, I think. All right, but anyway, I started a part 2. Hopefully part 1 saved. And here we go. All right, so now I want some water coming down here. Don't want that brush, I want a tinier one. Here we go. And I know that maybe I need to move that light the other way. Is that better? Kind of, I think the light shifted in my room. I think that's better right there. So it's not like glowing right down on the mask. All right, so let's see here. What I wanted to do is I wanted to, make some clouds here. I did want to finish these, and y'all can thank Carrie. I'm streaming today. She's the one that asked politely if I would. All right, so now let's see if I can, I don't know if I can get my fingers in that little area there. Let's see if I can do this. A little of both colors, and then I'll put in some clouds. I don't want to lose the distinction between those two areas, but it's going to start looking weird if I'm not careful, because it's got that eyeball there. I kind of consider that. Let's see. I want this more foggy and not so defined. Let's see if I can kind of maybe have some water. Again, it's almost going to look like tears if I'm not careful. Not that that's wrong, bad or anything. And I think I do want some lightning kind of areas coming down here. Maybe a little more. I think I'll have a little swirl of something coming on here. Maybe a little whirlwind. That's what it needs, a little whirlwind right there on the little cheek. Oh, okay, thanks, Carrie, yeah. Not hardly. Linda said, if part one didn't say we need a do over. Mm-mm. Okay, I think I want a little planet right there on the horizon, or right there in there. A little planet there, or something. Maybe there too. Maybe a couple of little. Maybe a half moon right there. Let me kind of fix that. Maybe another little cave or something going on down here. I like that. Okay, now I just got to get the right brush here to kind of fluff all these clouds here together, because I want all this to look like clouds coming across his face again, kind of like we did the other one, or some water maybe coming down right in here into the clouds, because it's only a half face. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit having just a half of a face, because I'm not sure where to go with it on this edge. It needs to be cut though. It's kind of rough right there. All right, let's see. Maybe I'll just make it come down on the nose. Oh, that'll look like he has a runny nose. No, we can't have that. Let me think about that for a minute. I don't want water dripping off the nose. You know what I mean? I don't want water dripping off the nose. Let's see what I can do here. Let's go back to where we were. All right, let's have the clouds come this way. I'll have them straight across like that. All right, let me blend that and then go back with a little white. Let me just put some stars there. Maybe the stars will take care of it. I don't really know what to do on his nose without making it look, you know, the other one we put the bird. And see, it just cuts off right there. Plus it's jaggedy. I need to trim that. I'll have to trim that up. Yeah. Well, the other one already kind of looks like it's crying. See? But the water's coming from somewhere. I mean, it has a purpose. I need to define my mountains and stuff a little more. Here, let's work on the mountains a little bit. Let's have them a little bit, let's just have them bigger mountains. I don't want to lose my little crescent moon thing right there. And the lightning that's kind of coming through. Maybe I'll just have this come down a little. That. So it needs more something in here. I'm gonna have to really fluff up those clouds, I think. All right, so I got a speck. See, I'm going to put some more fluffy clouds here. It's either that or some water. I'm leaning toward clouds. Got my, I need some, my watered down white is too watered down. Need another little batch of white here. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see what we can do. Gonna make a fluffier clouded sky here. Now, it's probably hard to see on camera. I'll put a little bit of extra shadows in the clouds so that you can see them. All right, let me get a little bit of that gray. I need a little bit darker, not that dark. Oops, I picked up some red. Okay, need this a little bit darker. I don't want it to look like his face is splotchy either. I want it to be subtle, 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 subtle. Oh, I'm going to have to let that sit before I can add another coat of white over it. But it needs more white, but I have to let that sit. Otherwise, I'll just be picking up that white. It needs a little boat. You know what? I think I'm going to put a little boat in the clouds and some little people down here. Let's see if we can do that. I want to do it with a Sharpie pen. Let's see. It's got to be some waterproof. Let's see. What's this? This is a Pitt pen. Let's see if this Pitt pen is working. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Let me do a little. Let's see. I want it to be subtle. Like maybe a little sailboat or something. Very subtle. I can always paint over it. No, it's not quite dry there. Let me go down here to the people. I want to do some little essence of people down here. This one very. You won't be able to see this till I hold it up, so just a minute. You know who does little people like this really well in a landscape is Ben. Cinderblock Studio Ben. He does little essence of people really well in big landscapes. Yeah, he does. I may not like this. I might just paint over it. We'll see. Because it's going to start looking like a hair on the chinny chin chin. You know, it's going to start looking like, I don't want it to look like a hairy chin. I just want it blended barely in there. Okay, so now I have to, let's see, I want a little tiny bit of a brown or a gray to kind of just give them a little less, you know, just a little bit of the tiniest bit of, just so you can kind of tell there are people there. Just kind of pull down the little bit of lines. Give them just a tiny bit of shadow for them. I mean, I've done tiny people before, like on those little inchies and things, or 2x2s. I think that's my son-in-law here. Hang on. He came to borrow the truck. I think that's him. No, who is that? Oh, it's the sanitation workers. But my son-in-law's on the way down here to borrow the truck. He's on his motorcycle, so he'll leave his motorcycle here and borrow the truck. All right, let's see here. I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about the little people? Is it too much? I mean, is it too... I don't know. I don't want it to be distracting from the... What do y'all think? Maybe a little bit more of a path. Just a little bit. Like that. What do y'all think? I'm going to get in here with a little bit more subtle lines and things. You like things that makes it interesting? Don't be taking his motorcycle. No, that if Barb was here, we would. But Barb's not here, so the motorcycle will have to just stay in the garage. Let me see, and kind of drag that over here just a little. Trying to kind of get the lightning, the water, the little essence of people. I know, Rain, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wonder what's going on, and you make up your own stories. All right, let me get in here with a bit more brighter whites here, maybe a little splash right there. Kind of separate that area a little. That'll give it a little more interest right there. You know what I mean, Vern? Clan. I haven't thought of Clan and the Cave Bear in years. I read those when they first came out. What was it, in the late 70s, early 80s? I read all those. But then when the movie came out, was it Hannah? Hannah, what's her name that played? It's just not the same somehow. Just wasn't the same. But yeah, I remember those books, Carrie. There was a ton of them. I don't remember how many there were. Hey, Miss Jeannie. How you doing? Working on some masks. Miss Carrie asked if I would stream, so we are streaming today. All right, I don't know if I'm liking the clouds, and I'm not sure if I want to ship in there. It's kind of cool. Kind of, I like some of these lines right in here, coming across the face. I think I'll just let this one sit for a minute, because I'm just kind of like not sure if what I want to do with the clouds yet. Well, hopefully part 1 recorded. I'm not sure, because it just stopped at the end, when it ran out of room. It's just automatically started another one. All right, I'm going to let this sit for a minute, just let it go for a little bit. See if I'm going to like it or if I want to add some more to it. Here's the first one we did. Jeannie or anybody else just coming in. Yes, it's part 2, Jeannie, because it stopped. It just stopped. So this is what we did on part 1. And again, I'm going to paint the black inside, and I'm going to varnish it. Maybe we'll have time to do that. At least one of them. All right, so there's 2 of them. Let's see. And I got feathers, but I'm not sure we're going to use feathers. All right, let's go ahead and go on to this one. I'm going to start with, just let me get a brush here, because I got to go around all these little bits. There we go. Go around all these bits. Thanks, Eileen. Thanks, guys. All right, so again, let me go ahead and start by kind of blocking in areas that I want black, and then also going along the edges. See how it just blends? Yeah, but these I do want a little bit more definition around these beads. And paint along the edge too. And I don't know if I want little things hanging off. Oh, and Jeannie and anybody else that's coming in, we're talking about maybe at some point doing a mask challenge, if you will. Not a contest or anything, just, we could all do our own version of what we think, you know, we'd like, and depending on what you like to do, like if you're a Zentangler, or depending on what kind of medium you like to work in, you could do your mask in whatever you like to work in. So we'll see about that too. So I just kind of want that like that. Now I'll probably have some things blended in over here, but right now I just kind of want that kind of defined over there. Okay. So, I don't have any plans to stream tomorrow. I'm streaming today because Carrie asked politely. All right, so let's see here. What do I want this to do? I'm going to want more. I'm going to get my red here is pretty much, see if I can get any out of there, any of it's dried out. But I think I want some red kind of feathery, flowery things coming out behind this watch. Let's see here. Let's kind of define that a little. Maybe. And then have the, let's get all those edges. It wasn't like that, Carrie. You just asked. You were nice. You asked nice. And again, you know, y'all, you know, think about when people are streaming, not just me, but any streamer. You know, we do this for free, and we like to inspire. And it's just the knowing, you know, when y'all interact with us, knowing that y'all are getting inspired is like why we do it, you know. Oh, crusty bit. See, that paint's dried already. And I don't want that to look like another eyeball there, so I think I'm going to actually kind of paint over that and kind of feather that out. I think I'll have this kind of feather. Now this is where it would be cool to have feathers, is right over this area. Because I do not want this to look like the same shape as this eye. You know, I don't want it, I want it to be a separate, I'm going to have to put some white on it. I'm going to have to white it out a little bit. And then when that dries, go back with red, because red is translucent and it's not going to cover this black. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of paint kind of right over that. And then I'm going to probably do that in orange and red. But it's not going to cover if I don't put a coat of white on it. And then just have all this kind of maybe blend around like that. Something like that. That would be cool right there. Kind of give me a road map of where I want that to go. Oh, you're sweet, guys. Thanks. I mean, like I said, it's not just me. It's any streamer. Anytime you all watch a stream, you know, it's a lot of work. If you're not a streamer, it's a lot of work. A lot of prep before, after, a lot of cleanup. You know, and I'm not fussing. I'm just stating, you know, maybe fussing just a little. Okay, so let's see. I think I want that to kind of cut right across there like that. Well, not red, but I want this to kind of cut right across here into another, this little door window thingy here. Let me just get all the edges painted. Kind of blend that a little. Come around. Okay, so get it base coated anyway. Let's see, that nose needs to look right when you look straight on it. Thanks, guys. Yeah, make sure, what is, just say, thank your favorite streamer the next time you're at their house. Barb, Paula, I don't want to miss anybody, but you know what I mean. The people that stream regularly, and, more than once a week. There's a lot of, there's quite a few of them. Not that you shouldn't appreciate the occasional streamer, too. I don't mean that. All right, let's get a little bit more yellow because all my paint's starting to dry. Yeah, that's why we do it. We try to inspire and give you guys ideas, for whether it's the exact project we do or if it's something, else. Let's see. I'm kind of not liking, I'm going to have to, whoops. I'm going to have to fix that nose. The noses are kind of tough here. Kind of tough to see which way you want it, what direction you want your nose to go. So you kind of see a mountain thing here. I'm going to try to kind of replicate that kind of over here. Let's get a little more. That shape. The mountain kind of peak shape there. Cutting across the nose. Well, next time y'all are at someone's stream, tell them that. Tell Paula and Barb and, all those that stream every week. I mean, I'm sure they kind of get the idea that you appreciate them, but, sometimes probably need to tell them. There we go. All right. See, kind of like that. Now that I'm going to put another coat of yellow over it. But kind of gives it the, see how it's just kind of making some kind of interesting shapes. Now again, I'm going to paint over this yellow. As soon as that dries, Carrie, your streams are the most relaxing streams there are in the world. Your voice is just so relaxing. It's just like, it's like you go to Carrie's stream and it's like you can chill to the max. Carrie's, because of her voice. Doesn't matter what she's doing. Does not matter what Carrie's doing. It's chilled on her streams. And links are open, guys. If any of y'all want to put your links in there, YouTube, Ustream, blogs, whatever. All right, so kind of getting, I'm not sure where this one's going. It's starting to look like a bird. I don't know. It's kind of starting to look like a bird. I don't know if I want this all this yellow feathers up in here. Maybe. This would be the one to put feathers on. Seriously, we might have to put feathers on this one. Just because it's kind of starting to look that way. But we can put a little shadow under that feather there. So we can go, where we can go with this. What place can we go? What world can we visit? It's a phoenix. It could be rain. Like I said, it's just kind of need more red. It's kind of having a bird look to it. Just accidentally. I mean, that's just the way it's kind of worked out to be. All right, this one's got a crusty bit. Paula? We all say that now that Paula made that up. A crusty bit. Okay, now I got some red on his nose. Let's go back. See, I'm trying to layer and it's blending because it's not dry. So I need to let some of these areas kind of sit for just a second. Take a sip of coffee. Oh, wait, here we go. All right, while I'm sipping coffee, Eileen put a little notation for us. The firebird is described as a large bird with majestic plumage that glows brightly, emitting red, orange, and yellow light, like a bonfire that has just passed the turbulent flame. The feathers do not cease glowing if removed, and one feather can light a large room if not concealed. In later iconography, the form of the firebird is usually that of a smallish fire-colored peacock, complete with a crescent on its head and tail feather. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, good, Orla. Thank you. Good one, Eileen. I like ye. All right, so let's see. I think we're going to go in here with maybe some red. Or maybe I should go black right there. It's going to be very stark if I'm not careful. Let's kind of blend. Let's get this line going a little bit more angular there. I'm thinking it might need to be red. Well, we can try. If it needs to be black, we'll go back in with black. All right, so let's just go ahead and get in some more essence of feathers around the eyes here. And I'll shade around some of these beads if I need to. Oh, I think I hear my grandson. Although Cam does know how to ride a motorcycle. Yeah, that's my son-in-law. Y'all gonna have to wait a second, okay? So if y'all are watching the recording, just fast forward. The rest of y'all that are here, just go get a cup of coffee and I'll BRB, okay? One moment, please. I know that was quick for us, but I don't know how quick that was for y'all. But anyway, I'm back. He needed to get crack-a-lacking too because there's lots of road construction and, you know, look at this. Fun times. All right, let me catch my breath. Anything going on? Chat. Thanks everybody for being here. Hopefully we'll get this one done. At least paint the back of this one and the varnish one. Put some feathers maybe on this one because Rain suggested the phoenix thing. Okay, I'm catching my breath. All righty. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and make, let's see, this door here. I need a darker brown. Put a little brown in there too. Crusty bit. Okay, let's see. Let's do inside a little, like a door thing here. And now I'll put another coat of red that's probably dried while I was gone. And some featherage looking stuff. Another coat there. Up here. I don't know that she sees what you order, Eileen. If you order, yeah. And by the way, if y'all order anything from Amazon, if y'all are watching this on a recording, oh, good grief, I don't know the number. I don't have it in front of me. If you go to journalartista.com, Paula's site, if you put in, when you order anything from Amazon, it doesn't have to be art supplies or books or, well, whatever you order. If you put in her, what's that called? An S code, some kind of, there's a name for it. Amazon code. I think Paula makes a couple of cents off of everything that you buy. But I don't think she sees what you buy, Eileen. So if you bought a bunch of masks, I don't think she'd see. I know Eileen's making the file for. I'm sorry. That shocks me as much as if Vicky did. Because you're always doing digi work, Eileen. I don't ever see you. And I'm not saying you. I mean, you make cards. But I just never really see you make much other than Digi stuff, which is amazing. And me and Dana think you need to submit to Digi Somerset. But that's another story. But I was impressed. Yeah, with you making the file folders. Hi, Sherry. Yeah, there's a, what's the word for it though? The S, it's an S. It's called something on on Amazon. There's a name for it when you have it's like, I guess it just stands for store. I don't know. S code or whatever. The store, your you know. Anyway, if you put in Paula's code, she'll get a couple of cents for everything you buy. So, seriously, I mean, it's like it's you or Vicky. I told you, though, I'm going to try to get her up here next year for Dragon Con. You got a year to plan, Vicky. A year. She's still here. Did she leave? Yeah, affiliate. Yeah, the affiliate. Yeah, thanks. But it's I think it's just called your, I don't know. That's probably all it is. But y'all know what I mean if you're watching the recording. Okay, so I'm just trying to feather in some things that kind of look like feathers. You know? And then I'll probably put some feathers on this. Some real feathers. I don't have anything red, though, I don't think. If I have my craft supplies, what craft supplies I have, they're in the closet right here, behind the table, behind the desk, behind the paintbrushes, behind the paint, behind the lamps, behind the light, behind all the journals under the desk. I cannot get into that closet. That's where my old art is. And yeah. All right, so let's see here. Let's kind of blend that in a little. Start to look kind of feathery like. This would be fun to kind of go in there with, you know, some painty lines. Now I don't have Poscas and all those paint pens that'll go over acrylic, but that would be cool to go in there and do individual feathers. You know, like I draw a feather, but do it with paint. All right, let's just see. Let me put a little bit of a, because it's the fiery look, I want to put a little bit more. I need some more orange. Don't want coral, canyon orange, or I think I want this bright orange, pumpkin orange. Thanks, Linda. Oh, man, that one's stuck. Big crusty bit in there. Yowza. But anyway, I said all that to say that if I have any other feathers other than the ones that I just bought, they would be in there and I can't get to them. All right, I need some more yellow. Oops, got some on there. I'm just kind of making it a feathery effect rather than like individual feathers. Kind of coming up and out across some of these. So you kind of just like an effect of it. But yeah, I've got to say I'm really ready for a break. I mean, I'm ready to, you know, go eat and, you know, kind of take a break from these because I've been doing it since like 4 hours now. 4 hours, yeah. So I don't want to do it, you know, burnt, you know, feeling like, oh man, I wish I was to hurry up and get this done. I don't like to feel that way. I want to do it because I'm enjoying the process. It's all about the process for me. I love the process. Oh, that's the. I got a blob of black, but that's the hole right there for the string. All right, so let's see. I think what I'll do is where these are beads, these orange yellowy ones, I think I'm going to just go ahead and bring them out as almost like bits of feather. Bring those beads or whatever they are kind of all the way out to the edge. Like that. Yeah, I want to try to see what some feathers look like, but I don't have any of these colors. All I got is some blue turquoise ones, you know, and a couple of brown ones. Oh, I do have those brown ones. We'll try those. Let's see. All right, so I'm just going to kind of, this one's kind of not a lot of story to it. It's just more stylized, you know. It's kind of like a stylized version, which there's nothing wrong with that. All different kinds of ways you can do these. But I do need to clean these edges up here. If I'm going to do them stylized, they need to be going the right way. Something like that. Need to go around the when that dries, I'll sharpen them up with the black. All right, let's see here. All right, now I need a little bit more of the maroon color. Instead of mixing the red and the black, I'll just get a little bit of a maroon color here. Oh, I'm not sure if my chat. Let me put in a test because it quit a little. I mean, it stopped earlier on me. Stop scrolling. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to kind of blend in that black a little with some maroon. Same for down here and around the corner. Well, if y'all are just joining us, which, let's see, I think I'll go ahead and put a little maroon on these beads just to brighten them up a little. Because now they're no longer beads, they're just going to be some kind of design there. Kind of like that. A little shadow. There we go, you can see it there. Anyway, so I don't know. I'll have to play with this one a little. But I wanted to finish that other one. So I think I'm going to stop on this one for now. We'll just leave this. I'll put a couple of feathers on here. And let's see, I think I'm gonna go ahead and put a little black around here and kind of blend it. See if I can do that a little on this bottom half here. And just kind of feather it in. Make a little bit more featherage around the eye. I literally have crusty bits falling off my fingers. Literally. Look. Thanks, Eileen. And Eileen, did you hear what I said about the Dana and I pressuring you? I mean, suggesting nicely that you should enter some of your digi work in the Somerset Digi magazine. Okay, so there we go. See how I kind of just give it a little. Now I did get a little bit on the yellow. I'm gonna have to go back over some of the mountain, but you can start to see how it kind of gives it more of a little bit of a not so stark effect like that. With just a little maroon. Now again, if you want to layer, you got to let it dry. If you want to blend, you do it when it's wet. Okay, so I'm going to set this one aside and let it sit for just a minute, and then we'll pull out some feathers, let that dry. I don't really want to hit it with a heat gun if I don't have to. And I'll sharpen up those edges going around the black, you know, like right in here. I'll kind of like, you know, go around each one of these. And, you know, kind of play with some of those areas too. But it's going to have to sit up a little before I can really play with that. But we'll work on it a little more. I don't know if we'll do it here because we're running out of time. But anyway, let's go ahead. Let me get another. You heard that? You're thinking about it. Okay. All right. So let me just get some of this paint off. I could just go wash my hands because now that's all crusty bits. All right, so let me show you what we got so far, and we're going to go ahead and paint the back of the one. Well, we could actually paint the back of the two, but I want to go ahead. I want to get one varnished. I want to get one completely done for us. Okay, all right. Move my art cards. All right, so yeah, the Essence of People kind of turned out okay there. Again, this one's just a half mask. Okay. And I'll post close-up pictures of it. Now, I don't know that I'll finish the feathery one today, but I'll try to finish these two. All right, so real quick, what I'm going to do with this, let me get a fresh little palette here because I don't want to be picking up all these other colors when I'm just wanting black. All right, so that might be enough. I'm going to go ahead and paint the inside. And again, this one doesn't come off. The other two had these thinner kind of strings, you know, that just poke through the holes like that. Okay. This one had a thicker piece of elastic and it's like glued down. All right. So let's go ahead and make sure my brush is not sopping wet. And I'm just going to probably maybe take 2 coats, but I want to be careful not to like slop it over on the other side since all that work we did. I just want it to look finished, you know what I mean, Vern? So it'll probably take 2 coats. Again, let's see if I can, I wonder if I can like pull that around the front. I don't want to get any black paint on that side. Got to be careful of that. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to paint probably 2 coats. Maybe I may only need 1, but probably 2 would be better. And again, you could like put a layer of paper or something in here. But if you're going to actually wear the mask, and be careful there. If you're going to wear the mask, I would think that paper scratching on your face wouldn't be comfortable. So I'm just going to put black paint on the inside here, a couple of coats. Kind of checking all the edges, make sure there's no white edges showing. It's actually just my project is disappearing right before your eyes, isn't it? Literally, with the black paint, it's like the project's like literally disappearing right before your eyes. And these they're not bendable. They're really, I mean, for $3, it's really a good hard plastic. It's not like those, you know, the little kids masks, like Halloween masks that are like paper or thin plastic that bend. These are not bending. They're like, kind of like, you know, those, you know, the little visors, plastic visors. It kind of feels like that kind of plastic. Okay, again, I want to try to be really careful. Around, I don't want to slop it over into the front. Okay, and then we'll varnish it and we'll look at them again, and I'll at least tweak pictures of the 2 we did rather. The other one, I'll put a feather on it, put a feather on its cap. Oh, thanks, CB. Well, I hope y'all get inspired to try some of this stuff. Again, you don't have to do collage like, you know, like I do. It can be anything that you like to do. Like, you know, whatever kind of art journaling you do, or Zentangling, or, you know, just plain acrylic painting pictures. You know, you can put those make little miniature paintings on them. Okay, I'm just trying to check all the edges there. Because once you put the varnish on, you can't repaint. Varnish, you know, is going to, it'll put a coat of varnish, and the acrylic paint's not going to stick to it after that. So you want to make sure you want to get anything you want to paint painted. Okay, so yeah. Wall art mask, yeah. I mean, I think that's what, you know, eventually they would be. Not really something you would wear, especially if you spend a lot of time doing them. Yeah. 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 Well, on the inside, once you put the varnish, it won't scratch off. It shouldn't. It should be okay. All right. I mean, I guess if you dug your fingernail into it, it would scratch off. All right. Let me go ahead and, while that one's kind of drying, let me go ahead and paint the inside of this one too. Get a little more paint. Might as well at least get that done while I think this is almost out. This one's just about empty. Carrie, did you look, or do you know if my first part recorded? Because my chat was frozen, so if you did say you looked, I didn't see it because my chat froze. I hope it did. But it just stopped because, and didn't let me put a title or anything yet. Or it may not show up because it might be on private. It probably didn't show up, Carrie. Never mind. I'll have to look because I think it automatically goes to private now. So if it's saved on its own, it'll probably be private, and I'll have to, fix that. So no. Carrie, don't, really don't bother because, like I said, I think it automatically goes to private now, so you won't be able to see it anyway. Yeah, exactly. So I forgot about that. It used to be automatically saved public, but now it automatically saves private. And since it's saved automatically, I didn't get to title it yet or anything. So hopefully it's saved. I'll go upload them to YouTube as soon as we're done here, and get me some lunch. Okay, so I'm just going to put another light coat over this one, and then we'll varnish the front. And when you varnish, the same thing I tell y'all with the art cards and everything, make sure you use a foam brush, or like on the art cards, I just use my finger to smear out the varnish. But if you want to use a brush, or it's something bigger like an art journal page, then use a foam brush so you don't, it levels it out really nice. And if you don't see a bunch of brush strokes. Of course, you might want to see brush strokes. Right now, you probably can't see anything. My project's invisible. Just painting again, another coat on the inside of the mask there. Okay. And I probably won't varnish the inside. I don't think anybody's going to wear them. I just don't want, well, I guess I could varnish it just so it doesn't chip. But, all right, let's double check this. Okay, I'll leave the strap across there for just a minute. Put another coat on this one. Well, I got the paint here and all. But anyway, I hope it gave you all a night. And again, you don't have to just do masks. You could do lots of other things. I know Michael's has a lot of those not press board. What are they called? Those paper letters, and not chipboard. What's the word I'm looking for? Those pressed paper alphabet letters and frames and all that stuff, and little houses, and there's all kinds of, and they're, I forget what it's called now. Somebody will say in chat. Yeah, I'm thinking about varnishing the back just so it doesn't chip off, Lilith, at least not as easily. Not that I don't think anybody's going to wear them. I just really wanted to do it for a project. What are those called? Not pressed board. What is that stuff called? You can buy the frames and houses and bird cages and alphabets. Paper mache. Thank you, Artist Seller. An Artist Seller, if you're the Artist Seller that has the stencils, put your link in there for everybody. I love a lot of stencils, but yeah. And I think, now correct me if I'm wrong, and I know somebody will, aren't you the one that does the cathedral for the set of 4 cathedrals? I have the 6x6 ones, and they just can't, didn't you just come out with the 12x12? I mean, I say just, probably it's been a few months. Yeah, Lisa. Yeah, Lisa Artist. We'll put in your link, Lisa, for everybody, for your stencils. I love my 6x6 stencils. it's like, seriously, it's my favorite. If I had to pick one stencil that I would only want to keep, it would be that set of 4 cathedral windows. Yeah. They're awesome. I use and use and use them. Okay, all right. I did get some paint there. Okay, let me let that sit. I'm going to have to fix that. I might turn those into some planets. I think so. All right, so let me let that sit for a minute. Show you this. Here's the other one we did. Let me see. I think I could probably take a heat gun to it gently, and then I'll move the strap and we'll put a coat of varnish. See, I got a little bit right there. I was trying to be careful not to come through the other side. Yeah, artistseller.com. So if y'all want some awesome stencils, there you go. Yeah, the paper mache, that's what I was talking about, those paper mache houses and all that. All right, let me grab my heat gun here and just kind of carefully, I don't want to melt this, know what I mean, Vern? Just want to dry the black paint. Let's keep it moving. I need to go along a couple more edges there. Let's do this other one real quick. Oh yeah, she has map ones too, I think. Orla. Paula has a lot of Lisa's stencils, yeah. But Paula is awesome with using stencils in her art journal. She really is. Okay, I think, let me just kind of look it over here. Let me look over, I think that blobbed right there. Let's see. I want to get that white right there back. Just kind of blend that in. Right there. I wanted that white right above the nose because it looks like it's kind of coming in like that. Okay, now do I want those to be planets or do I just want to fix them? Let's just go ahead and make them a couple of planets. Look, not with that brush. Let's see, here we go. I think it'd be better if I did it with the back end. Get them circular. So thanks everybody for being here. Let me see, I think I'll get a little bit of the blue-gray, just a touch. Give them a little bit of... I'll go back and fix those before I varnish that. Okay, so, again, a couple of little bits here where my hands are too dirty. I should have washed my hands before getting into that. Okay, around the eyeball. Kind of blend that out. Okay. I'm not liking that. I'm going to take those planets off. Let me go back to clouds. Okay. It's too much. All right, so I think you can see the little essence of people. And there's the top of the head, lightning and all that. So there we go on the half mask. All right, and then we got this one. Let me see if I can move the thing there. All right, so we got this one. And I need a little bit of the gray, a little bit of the gray blue. Right, kind of where I went a little bit. The black over the eye. And I want to check the feathers on that other one. Okay, right here I need a little bit of the gray. Where I kind of came through from the other side with the black. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like this one too. I like all of them. This one's just not done yet. But real quick, let's just pick those. Wait a minute. Let me clean my hands off. I don't want paint on those feathers. At least the wet paint. Crusty bits. All right. All right. There. Let's see. Paint out of the way. So these 3 feathers. See, this is awesome. Look at that. And it's iridescent. So, and I'm not quite sure how I'd want to do this. I'm not sure where I'd put it. Did I get paint right there? No. I'm not sure how I would want to do it. You know? I don't know. I'm not... Artie Dar's our 3D girl. I'm not sure how I'd really want to put this on there. Like that, maybe? What do y'all think? Something like that? Because it's just a half mask. What do y'all think? Something right there? I mean, I don't really want to cover up all the paint. I mean, right? I don't know. Over the eye, behind the mask. Which one do y'all think the best? Behind the mask or above the eye? Which one? No, but I was thinking that if I put the feather on this side, like where the hole is for the elastic, to have like some beading coming down, you know, like you do on your art journals, like this, you know, this kind of thing, you know, something like that. You like it on behind, like here, Eileen, behind? I kind of like it there too, because it's a half mask. Yeah, I think that I kind of like that. And I'll work on this, like, you know, blend in some more black right there. You know, kind of make sure that's all feathered in a little better. In other words, that black will feather in. That black will feather in, you know? So yeah, I think I'm liking that there too. Okay, that's settled. That's what I'm going to do, but I'm not doing it right now. Right now I want to, let's move, where are those feathers? Here we go. I want to varnish one. All right, so, and the same varnish that I use on everything is the Delta Ceram Coat Gloss Exterior Interior Varnish. It's like $10 and change, but get it with a 40 or 50% off coupon. It lasts forever, I'm telling you. One little size of a nickel on my art cards is all it takes to do a whole art card. Okay, it doesn't take much. So let me just go ahead and do one of these other art cards too, just to show you. Like this one here. Okay. So all I do is I just put just a dollop, like just that much. And I just start in the middle and just kind of roll it out and then smooth it out to the edges. And the reason I do it with my finger is because there's no brush marks. Okay, and I just smooth it all the way out like this. And just, you know, you can tilt it in the light to see if you've got the whole thing covered, you know. And then that's it. And then just let it sit for, you know, if you're going to mail it or put it in a journal, it probably should sit overnight before you closed a journal or put it in a mail. But it'll dry, pretty much dry within 2 hours or so. Yes, it's gloss. Sorry, Dar. I love you, Dar. Can I have it? That's Dar's way of complimenting your work. Yeah, it's gloss. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and just do it with my finger as well, because it's kind of small, little tight areas, and I want to just do it carefully. But, you know, you can use a sponge brush. You know, I would use a sponge brush over a brush, because you're going to have brush marks. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little at a time. I'm just going to pick a corner here and just kind of just get it all, go around where that little thing is there, around the eyes. Okay. I don't want to do it just too heavy at one area because I don't want it to drip off or roll into the back. I just want to make sure it's all smoothed out first before I go to another area. Okay. So just, and you can feel it. You can feel where it's going, you know. All right, so there's that one. Just a little at a time. Now, when you set it at a level, if you do have any like brush marks or anything, which I really never have with my finger like this, but if you don't want to touch it or whatever, it'll level out to some degree. But you don't need a thick coat. You don't need a thick coat. It's just a tiny thin coat. I'm just putting a little drop at a time so I can get all the areas. And I'll let this dry, and then I'll do the back probably too. Okay, I missed a spot right there. So I'm just going to kind of tilt it, make sure I get every place. You can see where the shine is. All right. Okay, I think we're good. Oops, little spot right there. I just don't want it dripping over the sides. I'm trying to be careful not to let it do that. I don't want any, like, crusty bits. All right, so there we go. See? So there we go. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope part 1 recorded. It probably did. They usually auto record. We'll keep our fingers crossed, right? All right, let's see if there's anything else I want to do to this one. If not, I'll go ahead and I'll just go ahead and quickly varnish this one too, so I can take a couple pictures for y'all. Okay, post them on Twitter and Instagram. Give y'all some inspiration. Go out and buy a couple of these. They're $2.99, and then I even used a 40% off coupon on one because that was the most expensive thing I bought. The feathers were already 30% off, so you can't use a coupon on. Well, the feathers were only like $1.99, and I think maybe $2.99. No, I think they were only $1.99. Get in the little crevice there. One little more drop. There we go. I think I got it all covered. Oh, one spot right there. There we go. There we go. I think we're good. I think we're good. All right, guys. Oh, questions. I'm glad you liked it, guys. And again, you know, you could add your little jewels hanging off, or you could even put you know, depending on what your medium is, but you could put bling. You could bling them up, you know. You could just paint them, feathers, you know, anything. You could add anything to them. And I'm sure there's tons. Look on Pinterest. I'm sure there's some. I haven't looked, but I'm sure there are some Pinterest. Pinterest has every kind of idea. But I just wanted to do these the same way, you know, that I do my little art collages like these. Same, I do the exact same thing. Matte medium, collage, cut them out, painted them down, then went over with paint. So, yeah. So there we go, guys. So I'll put them on a better background to photograph them so that you can see them. But, all right, guys. Well, thanks for being here. Make sure to give all your fellow streamers some love when you go visit them. All they want is like, oh, thanks for streaming. Because we know we do all this for free. So make sure you give all your regular streamers, whoever they are. Doesn't have to just be in our group, but whatever streamers you watch. Make sure and give them some love. Okay, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.